Hello everyone and welcome to Bubbles with Alyssa. I am your host, Alyssa Holden, and actually this is my very first official beauty post, so thank you for having me. As you'll see back here, we have some Prosecco waiting for us as soon as we're done. One of my most favorite things to do while I'm getting ready at night is to have a glass of something sparkly to sip on. So that's what we'll be finishing up with as soon as we're done with tonight's look. So tonight we are going to be working on how to master the perfect cat eye. Now, the cat eye is something that can look either really fantastic or kind of like a botched paint job. So I'm going to walk you through step by step. As you'll already see, I've put on my foundation, my concealer. You can kind of see my little friend right here, and that's another post I'll get into. But tonight we are going to start off by putting a base on both of our lids. I personally prefer Too Faced shadow insurance. I find that any type of shadow really adheres to it. Doesn't matter how cheap the shadow is, it literally stays on all day. Now, you need a few essentials in order to create the perfect cat eye. Because I am fair-skinned and blonde, I typically stick with a neutral base and something neutral to put into the crease. Tonight I am using a product by Bobbi Brown, and right here we have Nude Beach, or sorry, just getting used to the camera for the first time. The lighter one is called Nude Beach, and then over on the other side we have Hot Stone, which I will use in the crease. And then I will just be using this basic CoverGirl Eye Enhancer for the inner corners and to highlight the brow bone. So I appreciate you bearing with me as I get through my very first beauty blog, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So. Okay, now to get started, I want you to take a basic flat top brush. I'm personally using the Schuamera number 12 synthetic fiber. I originally got this for concealer, but I have personally found that it's a little bit better at distributing color a lot more evenly. So I want you to load up the brush with the Nude Beach. Tap it. If you're brunette or you're darker skin, you could even go a little bit darker than this, but it's most essential that you use a lighter shade for the base, and that's what's really going to make the black of the eyeliner pop when you eventually do the cat eye. So here we go. I'm just going to put it in there. I'm going to tap as I go, take it all the way up to the brow bone. Just kind of tap, 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 tap. Now to the other eye. How good does that champagne look back there? Oh, excuse me, Prosecco, Northern Italy, I apologize. So we're gonna keep tapping. It's really important just to tap lightly into the lid. You don't wanna make it obvious that you're just splashing color on there. Even if it's a lighter color, that has a tendency to give you more of that, that China doll look, where it's just totally white right there. You kind of want this to blend a little bit seamlessly. We're going for that classic Brigitte Bardot look. You know, sexy eyes really makes you just draw right into them. So I'm just gonna do a little bit more. Okay, that's all I need right now. Then I am going to take a MAC crease brush. Unfortunately, I've had this bad boy for years, so who even knows what number this is, but I refer to it as my number. Thank you, heaven, that I found this, because honestly, I use this brush for everything. In fact, all MAC brushes are absolutely fantastic. My mom introduced me to them when I was a little girl, and from then on, they've been my #1 fave. So if you're gonna splurge, go for the MAC brushes. Okay, so we're just gonna start right at the very top of the pupil. So I want you to go right into the center of the iris and then up, and that's where the crease color should essentially start. So we're just gonna start there. And then I like to do little swirly motions. So it's like you're using puff paint again, but on a much smaller scale. And you just keep going back and forth. It's really just to give that eye some dimension. You can kind of take it down a little bit, look back up. Just makes like a nice, you know, shadow effect right there. Okay, so we're going to do it to the other eye now. Once again, all the way up. And you just work your way out. Now, I am not a makeup snob at all when it comes to labels. In fact, I have found some of my most favorite products happen to come from the drugstore. These particular products that I'm using tonight were really just to give you an idea of what colors to be using, but you could totally swap it out, for dupes that you find at the drugstore. I know for a fact that Rimmel, or is it Rimmel? I don't know. I'm always that girl that mispronounces words. You could use one of theirs. I know that they have a very taupey, soft sand color that you could use for hot stone. Instead, nude beach, I've seen dozens of dupes for this one. So really just something that kind of gives you a nice effect. Down. Okay. Okay. Now, this is where a lot of maybe professional makeup artists will tell me that I'm wrong, but I personally prefer to put my highlighter on before I even do the eyeliner. It kind of gives me a really good idea of how much I need or how little I need. Kind of is a nice, way to refer back to what you originally started with and where you want to go. So, without further ado, I am going to take my CoverGirl Champagne and my 219 brush. I do know the number of this one. And I'm going to bring it in there. Always tap before you apply. I'm going to go right into that inner corner. Just kind of highlight it just a little bit. Then I'm also going to take it on the waterline. I just like to, kind of spread it out. Kind of mess it up a little bit. Don't dart yourself in the eye like I just did. But can't you already see that it just gives a nice highlight right there? That's essentially what we're going for. We just want to uplift the eye. Lift. Okay, so we're going to go on to the other lid as well. You just start in the inner corner. I like to pretend that I'm drawing a sideways V right here. You don't want to just splotch the color right on, but it kind of helps if you're knowing that this is the center point of it and then they have legs. So yes, they have legs. Okay, so same thing as we did on the other side. We're just going to swipe it all the way across. Just enough to give the glow. I'm so sorry, my allergies have been out of whack and my eyes have been just a little bit red today. So get that in there. Then I want you to take it, same brush, same color, and we're going to go right underneath the arch. So the highest point of your arch, just to highlight it right there. Something subtle, but And then same thing over here. Just lightly tap, tap, tap. Perfect. Okay, now to the main event. I have used literally every eyeliner product underneath the sun. I've been obsessed with the cat eye look for as long as I can remember. I think it's one of the most flattering, feminine looks that any woman can wear. And really, once you master this, it's pretty awesome just to do every single day. It's really easy to wake up, swipe on some bronzer, some concealer, do the cat eye, and some mascara, and you're literally ready to walk right out the door. So I do recommend practicing this as often as you can. It's really easy to take from day to night. Personally, for me, during the day, I only do the eyeliner on the top of the lids. Just because I'm fair, it looks a little bit harsh during the day, but if you have darker skin or darker hair, you could totally do, half of the inner rim as well if you want to pull that in a little bit. But we will go ahead and get started. So I feel like I'm getting ready to run a race. I have been using, the label has worn off, story of my life, L'Oreal. It is a felt tip marker, and honestly, can you see that? It's slanted on the side. Honestly, this is one of the best products I've ever used, and trust me, I've used them all. I've used Chanel, I've used Bobbi Brown, I've used Clinique, all of the new gel liners. And I always found that for me, personally, during the day, it would always wear off. So by the end of the work day, I'd get home and realize I looked like a raccoon the entire time I was there. But with this one, and with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, I am guaranteed total long wear. So I'm going to tuck this back as much as I can, and we're going to get started. So again, I like to use the iris trick. I don't take it in because for me, I have very round, I have round-esque eyes that are somewhat close together, so I want to elongate them a little bit more. So I'm only going to take my line in halfway right here. But if you find that your eyes are a little bit wider set, you want to start right down here. But I'm going to start here, so I like to pull my lid across, start there, and I just start taking it over. You know, kind of feeding it in, just taking it up. Now, I like to take my line and pretend that there's a line here at the end of my eyebrow. It's like an imaginary fishing wire. They just almost connect. So I'll go over it just a little bit more. It's really just a subtle look. I don't personally find that I look good with a really heavy, thick line just because it looks a little bit obvious on me. So once again, take it over. And the beauty with the felt tip pen is it's literally like you're using a marker on your eye. Okay, so I'm going to do the other eye, and then I'll meet you back here to put on our mascara. Okay, so welcome back. I hope I didn't make you poke yourself in the eye or anything. So we're going to do our mascara now, and for me, I absolutely love L'Oreal's mascara. I think that they do a really good job with providing enough, you know, fibers in the mascara to really make your lashes pop. I personally like a nice fat lash, and that's the only place I ever want someone to tell me, wow, your lashes are looking very fat today. So I'm going to start off with the Voluminous Original in Black is Black, and then I'm going to follow it with Power Volume Collagen, and this is also in Black is Black. So I will do one eye, and then I will meet you back here to finish up the remainder. I just like to take it in, just lifting it up. Now it's up to you if you like to put them on your bottom lashes. Do you see the face I'm doing? I just like to highlight them just a little bit, just to kind of, you know, let people know that you've got lashes there. Just taking it up. Okay, so go to the other side with whatever mascara you have, and then we'll meet back here to put the second coat on. Okay, welcome back. So now I'm going to put the Power Volume Collagen on there. This one just really gives the lashes an extra oomph. You don't have to do it. I personally like to use a second coat of mascara in addition to a different formula, just because I think it gives, you know, the eye something more fun, and we can always use a dash of that. So I'm going to take this off. Just kind of wipe it off. You could also wipe it off with a tissue if you want. And then I like to just concentrate it on the outer edges. I don't really go in with this one just because, I don't know if you remember, but I want to elongate my eyes. So kind of give them more of an almond shape. So I'm just going to do that. And I'll do it to the other side. Just concentrating on the edges, kind of giving it a very fluttery butterfly look. Really get in there. And ta-da! I don't know if you can see that, but I have a little swoosh on each side. And what I also like to just tie up things, I use Dandelion by Benefit for some blush, and then I put some highlighter on there as well. I also took Tarte, it's in Lively, and I just put some on my lips just to kind of brighten things up a little bit. And then I also use Sally Hansen Lip Inflation in Sheer Pink, just in the center, just to kind of give it a more fun sheer look to it, you could say. So thank you for joining me. This is my first one. I promise I'll get better. But I really love makeup, and I think the cat eye is a fantastic look for any woman, any shape of eye, any particular hairstyle, whatever. It's an easy way just to throw it on and go. So cheers to you, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.